Hello, this is Mr. Waters again, and we're going to work on now, here is finding a surface area for a pyramid, right? Okay, well the concept of a pyramid is finding a surface area is the same as for the rectangular prism. We're going to find the area of the base, which might be a square or a rectangle. Well, for us it's going to be a square, like this. And then we're going to find the area of each of these triangles, right? Well, if you remember the net that we used, in order to make that shape, it looked like this. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. One square base, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular sides, which are all going to be equal to each other. Well, so finding the area of each of these 5 sides is the same, the surface area of this pyramid is the same thing as finding the surface area or the areas of each of the individual sides. Well, how do we do that? Well, of course, the area of a square is just going to be, this is the length and this is the width. So the area of that square is equal to the length times the width. And for a square, those are going to be the same number. And how do we find the area of a triangle? Well, the area, so that's the area of the base, right? Make sure we can see that. Now, we need the area of the triangular sides, right? Which is, for a triangle, is always base times height divided by 2. Now, for this triangle, the base is also, the side of the square, right? So for the area of this rectangle, the area of this triangle is going to be equal to, I'm going to call it L there, times that height divided by 2. That make sense? And then since all 4 of them are the same, whatever that comes out to be, you'll multiply it by 4, and then you'll add it to the base here, right? Okay, so when I say base, I'm using the word base 2 times. When I mean base, like with a capital B, I mean this entire bottom side. When I say base with like a little b, I mean the bottom side of this the triangle, which I'm going to call the length, so I don't have to, so I don't have to use the word base twice, which would be confusing. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it, right? So the area of the base, which is going to be length times width, and then plus 4 times the area of the triangular sides, which is L times H divided by 2, right? So that's, I'm going to put 4 times over there. Length times the base times the height divided by 2, and then times 4 for the 4 triangles. So let's try this guy right here. Take up my ruler again, and I measure this, and that looks like that is 4.5 centimeters. So on here, this is 4.5 centimeters all the way around because it's a square. And I'm going to measure the height. Now maybe you can see that when we folded it, this side here folded up. So this height that we're measuring here is actually what on this pyramid, not the height on the inside, but it's the slant height on the outside here. Do you guys see that? That's the height of the triangular side, and according to Mr. Ruler, that's about 6 centimeters. So this height here is equal to 6. So now, and of course, I'm not going to mark these, but these triangles are all the same. So once I get this area, I just multiply it by 4 to get all 4 sides. So let's see here. The area of the base, that's this piece right here, which is 4.5 times 4.5, right? That's 4.5 times 4.5. And according to Mr. Calculator, right, 4.5 times 4.5, why, that's equal to 20.25, right? So the area of this base is 20.25. Now we want the area of the triangular sides, right? And since this base on the triangle is the same thing as the length of the square, that's also going to be 4.5. And then we measured the height, it being 6. So that's 6. So 4.5 times 6 divided by 2. 4.5, here it is, 4.5 times 6 equal to that divided by 2 is 13.5. So that's equal to 13.5. So this triangular side is 13.5 in area. Well, that means they're all 13.5 because they've all got the same base and the same height, right? They're all congruent shapes. So we multiply the 13.5 times 4, and that's equal to 54, right? So the area of the bottom side is 20.25, and the area of the triangular sides are 54. So we can go ahead and add those together. So the total surface area, I'll put it over here, is 20.25 plus 54. That's 74.25 square centimeters, because we're adding up area, not volume. So for surface area, we always use square units. Okay? All right, so there's that. Okay, so that's how we find the surface area of a pyramid, right? And actually, before we go on this one, I'm going to provide one more picture here, because this is what it's going to look like on our problems, right? Just like that. Little sort of 3D picture. And they're going to tell us somewhere, they're going to tell us that the slant height was 6 and that the base is 4.5. So when we do our homework problems, this is how it's going to be pictured to us, not with the interior height, which we need for the volume, but the exterior height, which gives us the area of the triangular sides. Okay? All right, anyway, so I'm going to end this video right now, and this is the method for finding surface area of a pyramid. Okay? I'm going to do, on the next one, I'm going to do cylinders and spheres.